If you've clicked on this video, you are likely feeling a little bit fake in your videos, which is a very normal feeling, by the way. The only way that I can, put this into words is it's like when you come to film your videos and you turn on the camera and you start speaking, it just doesn't feel like you. No matter what you try, you just can't be yourself, and you've got to present yourself in a way that just doesn't feel natural. If that is you and you want to get better at talking to camera, in this video, I'm gonna share some insights and frameworks that I have personally used in my videos to help me become a more confident video creator, presenter, and communicator in hopes that you can learn from my experience and improve your own approach. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Jack. I've been making videos professionally for over a decade, and my goal is to help business owners like you create videos that work harder through smart and simple advice. So when you're ready, let's dive in. I want to start off by telling you a story that I haven't told many people. I think it's probably in an older YouTube video, but it's gonna set the scene for what I'm about to say throughout the entirety of this piece of content. 5 to 6 years ago, I was invited to be a host and a guest speaker at an event by a chap called Richard Moore, who, if you don't know who he is, go and check him out on LinkedIn. Maybe he's on YouTube, I'm not sure, but an incredible sales coach, presenter, facilitator, and the rest. Now, at the time, this was my first time speaking, and I will be 100% honest when I say that I was absolutely shitting it. The nerves were huge. I've never done anything like this before, and I thought, fuck it, let's give it a go. Let's go out there, let's push ourselves out of our comfort zone. Let's just do something a little bit daring, a little bit scary. Maybe something will happen at the end of it. I then spent weeks planning and prepping this presentation. I almost scripted what I said word for word. I had a deck that I shared on screen that took people through this process and way of thinking. And I kind of wish I hadn't done that. The time came where it was my time to get on stage and present. And I got into this event. It's about 50 to 100 people in this room that, keeping in mind, I've never presented before in my life. And I did pretty well for about 5 minutes. And then it all started to go very horribly wrong. Because I'd practiced my speech, I smashed it out the park. I knew word for word what I was gonna say. I knew my slides off by heart. I knew exactly how to deliver the thing that I'd planned for probably a month, maybe 2 months in advance. The curveball came when someone asked me a question from the crowd that I wasn't expecting. In that moment, I felt an uncomfortable level of quiet. I've never heard a room that quiet before, to the point that you could literally hear a pin drop. And it was, it was the most awkward experience I've ever had. And I've got a video of this as well. Here you go. Laugh at my expense.
It's a good question. It's such a tough one. It's such a tough one because
I want to apologise to Richard Moore if you are watching this. Sorry for ruining your event 5 or 6 years ago. It still keeps me up at night now, and I hope it doesn't for you, all right? And for years now, I've really tried to reflect on why that happened. And I think I've recently come to terms with it, that I was trying to become someone that I wasn't. I was trying to force a persona and a way of delivering and a way of speaking that wasn't natural to me. I think because of that, it didn't feel authentic. I'd spent weeks perfecting my performance, perfecting the way that I deliver my knowledge, to make sure that when I get up on stage, I can wholeheartedly own Richard's decision to bring me on as a guest speaker. I didn't want to let him down. But I think in that process, I was so focused on myself, trying to be the best person that I can, trying to show up with as much confidence and value as I possibly could, that I actually forgot the most important thing was that this isn't about me, this is about everybody else here. Same for my videos. These are not for me, these are for you. Now I tell you this because I want to show you that I have been and I have felt and I have experienced the feelings that you are feeling now when it comes to filming your videos. It sucks. Mate, it sucks so bad. The build-up is fine, and the thought of doing it is actually not too bad. It's as soon as you get in front of the camera and you hit record and you go, what do I say? That's the hard part. Then you have self-doubt creeping, you have imposter syndrome, you feel anxious and nervous and overwhelmed and a little bit flustered. It's a horrible feeling. This is where I introduced Jason Gunn into my story, who is a New Zealand presenter, incredibly famous over there. Dancing with the Stars he used to host, which was kind of like UK's Strictly Come Dancing and those sorts of things. He's a big name, okay? And recently I had him host a workshop around communication within my community, which you can join in the link below. There are 3 things during his workshop that he hosted in the community that I'm gonna teach you today for free as a bit of a thank you for supporting the content. The first thing here is what he called the traffic light system. Now it's safe to say that a lot of the videos videos that you consume are very out there, especially in the hook. They're very loud, they're very proud, they're full of attention, full of things happening, and that's really engineered and manufactured in a way to keep you hooked and to grab your attention in the start. This is where you want to introduce the traffic light system into the way that you script and the way that you deliver your videos, okay? So I want you to see as your natural state in terms of how you are talking to a friend down the pub as amber or orange. It's your warm state, it's your natural state, it's that kind of slow, progressive, but normal way of speaking. Then you have your green state at the top, which is a little bit more of an eccentric version of yourself. You're a little bit more animated, you talk a little bit faster, maybe you're a little bit louder, you're adding a bit of excitement into things, and the reason you're doing that is to keep people hooked. I guess kind of like this. But then you have your red state. And your red state is a little bit like this. It's much slower, and it's much more methodical. It's more thoughtful. It almost encourages you to stop a little bit in your tracks as a consumer to really digest what the creator is saying. And what you'll find is, because I'm talking slightly slower, you're actually digesting the information a lot better than you would if I was talking on green mode, or maybe even on amber or orange mode. If you just slow things down a little bit, I think it's a really great way to add depth and just deep levels of value here that can really sink in. So how do you implement this into your own scripts? Well, chances are you've probably already got an idea or you've already scripted a video out. What you haven't done is go through this traffic light system. And the really easy way to do that is to get a red, a green, and an orange or amber pen and just dot the colors next to specific parts of your script that allow you to understand very quickly, just through color coding sections of your script, what sort of energy to deliver that script to the consumer in. For example, your hooks might be green because you've got to grab people's attention in the first few seconds. Your secondary hook, or maybe the slight part after your hook, is maybe more amber or orange, where it's slightly slower. Maybe you have another moment of green again to really re-engage people's attention. And then you have a harder hitting point, a piece of information that you want people to digest and really listen to, and that's where you dot it with red. Again, too much green is going to be too loud and overwhelming. Too much orange and it's going to be too slow to engage people throughout the entirety of your video. And too much red, it's going to feel like you're reciting a eulogy, you know? Just bringing the mood down a bit. You have to find your own natural way of communicating through these three different ways, and I wish you the best of luck. As a bit of a side note, if you want to check out the full workshop that Jason and I presented alongside 250 hours of already pre-recorded training to help you create better videos for your business, click that link in the first line of the description, sneak into the community whilst we are closed to access all of this great stuff to level up your business. Check it out. First line in the link to the description. The second insight here is called the 3-step review. If you want to improve and get better on camera, you need to constantly review your performance. Now, right now, you might hate the way that you sound, or the way that you look, or the way that your hair sits, or that you feel a bit fat, or I don't know what it is, but that's a you problem that I can't help solve you fix. What we're really looking for here is the way that you speak, the way that you deliver the value and present your script, the way that you use your hands in how you communicate on camera. This part is really only for the people that have already created a video. So if you have created a video, I want you to get up on your phone now or on your laptop, wherever you're viewing this video, and I want you to open up one of your most recent videos. And I want you to do 3 things. The first thing I want you to do in the first run through of your video is mute your audio. That way, we can start to understand how you move around and how you use your hands on camera. Does it look too busy? Is it too energetic? Are you not moving enough so you're completely stiff and you're just looking at the camera and it feels very intense? That's the first run through. On the second run through, in terms of the second time you now rewatch this video, turn the audio on, but close your eyes. How do you sound when you present? Are you using the traffic light system in terms of how you communicate? Is it a constant pace of excitement? Are you too slow, too methodical, too thoughtful when you're trying to relay your script and present on camera? On the third run through, what I want you to do is turn your audio on and open your eyes to view your content. And I want you to combine these two together. I want you to really judge critically in terms of constructive criticism that will help you to improve and finesse your videos moving forward, how these two elements, audio and visual, combine together in a perfect harmony. From those 3 run-throughs, what I want you to do is write down on paper, pen to paper please, rather than just have it digitalized or in your head, how you can improve for the next one. And the third insight for me from Jason's workshop is a rule called the rule of 1. Chances are, if you really reflect on your videos, both auditory and through visual mechanics of how you deliver the thing, you'll find that you're doing a little bit too much. More than likely, you'll be creating a video that contains 10 different points and 10 different stories and 10 different learnings and messages, as opposed to just creating 10 different videos with one message and one takeaway within each of them. The hard thing with this, and I do get that there's a sense of that you want to be the authority, you want to be the go-to person in your niche, you want to show up with value to show that you know what you're talking about. The problem with it is that it can create a bit of an overload in what's called cognitive load, which is where there's only really so much information a consumer can digest at once, which is why this video is only 3 points as opposed to 27 lessons that I've learned, or those sorts of things. Chances are you're not going to retain past the point of 3 to 5 points. However, if I just made this video into 1 point, it wouldn't be very long, and you'd probably not watch it because you'd have to click off it very quickly. In your own videos, I want you to implement the rule of 1, and that starts with who are you talking to? Who is the one person? Who is the persona? Who is the consumer that you're trying to attract? What's the takeaway from the video, i.e. what's the lesson that they learned? What's the key piece of advice? What's the thing that they can go and do by themselves? And what do you want them to do after? What's the singular thing you want them to take action on? Is it to click the link below? Is it to go and download your newsletter? Is it to click subscribe, or is it to click this next video? What's the one thing that you want people to do? Knowing this allows you to home in and lock in and just create this laser vision on one particular outcome, rather than them posting a video and going, oh, it didn't get many likes, but the goal wasn't likes, it was actually clients. Or saying, oh, this video didn't get any leads, but actually we're not really taking people to that, we're telling people to follow our content, but obviously it won't work. It allows you to really laser focus and really perfect the main thing that you're trying to achieve with it. What I would say is test these different frameworks and tactics out for yourself. The traffic light system, the 3-step review, the rule of 1, these are really powerful ways to help you become a better on-camera presenter and ultimately a better communicator, which allows you to condense your message to get more customers for your business. What this will do is position you as someone who's not trying to sound smart, but is authentically delivering experiences and lessons that they have learned themselves. You're there to help people to solve their problems as opposed to focus on you. That's the journey that I've been on. Don't take it as verbatim, don't take it as truth. What works for me will not work for you, but try and have fun in the process of trying to figure it out. And hopefully these 3 things will really help you along the way. I'm Jack, I've been making videos for over a decade, and the goal with my YouTube channel is to teach you everything that I've learned to help you make better videos for free. There's 2 ways that you can do that. The first is to check out this video right here. Go and click it, learn something for free. Next, it's gonna help you to become a better video creator for your business. And second, if you're not subscribed to the channel, click that link right there. Join the awesome community of creators that we are growing here very, very quickly in 2026. And I shall see you in next week's video. See you then.